Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Hi, I'm back and I'm alive. It's been a hot minute since I've sat down and filmed something for you. She's been busy working on some stuff. Today I'm going to be filming something a little bit different. I am going to be doing a sketchbook tour. So this is one of my sketchbooks. I've got about maybe 2 or 3 laying around my place. Oh yeah, for those of you who don't know, I am a visual artist. I primarily paint and draw. I use acrylic paints. I also like to use oil pastels, charcoal, markers sometimes, but yeah, I'm a visual artist, mainly doing abstract expressionism. If you can see, here's a little piece of mine, yes. So one of the reasons why I wanted to start this sketchbook tour is because my creative process has changed over time, from when I was a student up until now. So when I was a student, I would just start creating pieces if I had an idea that came to mind without sketching them down. And at that time that worked, but now that my style is more established, my concepts and my visions are more detailed and more deep, I guess. I find that I need to sketch it out now, so that way what I'm trying to say through my artwork comes across much better. And also it's like a trial and error too, to see if this stroke works with that stroke, or these colors work well together, and it's easier for me to visualize what I'm trying to say, if that makes sense. In this sketchbook you're going to see exercises from when I was in school, some random doodles, just experimenting with different styles, sketches of what are now actual final pieces, and when those pop up I'll go into more detail about them, and then some are just doodles that I don't really know where I was going with them. Maybe they're out of sheer boredom, I don't know. But yeah, let's get on with the sketchbook tour. Hello, welcome. This is my extra large recycled Canson sketchbook. I feel like you know when you go to the library when you're a kid and they have story time and they have that one person hold the book up like this. So yeah, this is what it looks like. So this right here are quick, I believe they're 10-second figure drawings. They look more like stick figures. I just call them figure drawings. And these were all of dancers. Some were b-boys, some were contemporary dancers. I believe I drew this when I think I drew this, no, I remember. So I got into a really bad car accident about 2-ish years ago, and I wasn't able to dance for I think a good solid month, and I was, feeling a little dance sick, so I guess I just started sketching them out. Now that I look at it, it'd be kind of cool t-shirt design. But yeah, nothing really to come about with this. I was just missing dance. So this is page 1. On to the second page, you're gonna see like random colors from my oil pastels just transferring. Also, before I go on to this page, there is some debate of whether you should use both sides of your sketchbook paper. Some people are really like, yeah, use up all your pages, and some people are like, why would you do that? Anyways, just some artist debate. I personally use both sides. I'm like, I don't like to waste paper. Anyways, so this is the second page right here, and this was an exercise at school. I have a really hard time, I still do, and I did struggle even more at the time when I was a student with realism, and I really wanted to get into portraiture at the time. And my drawing instructor was like, to challenge your eye and your vision, instead of focusing on doing the outline of the face, and stop thinking about it, like just draw. So she got me to do an exercise where I draw a portrait of myself, but upside down, which was really tricky. I'm not even gonna flip it up because it's gonna look a little bonkers right side up. But yeah, this is what my upside down portrait looks like. I believe I did this 3-4 years ago. So yeah, it's been a while. Ooh. Next page. Yeah, it's a line drawing of myself. I don't know what to say. Yeah, an old line drawing of myself. I don't know what I was trying to do here. I guess I outlined some highlights from my old bangs here, my nose, a bit with my hair. I don't really know what I was trying to do with this one. But yeah, I don't know what to say about this one. This, I believe this was one of my first times diving into oil pastel. I'm an expressionist abstract artist, so I really wanted to hone in on drawing, because that's something I didn't have much experience with, or that was one of the areas that I kind of struggled in as an artist. And the closest thing to expressionism for me and acrylic paint was oil pastels, just because I love the texture, because I layer in a lot of my work, so I love seeing all the layers and them differentiating with one another, if that makes sense. So anyways, this is one of my first times with oil pastel, so I was kind of I was abstracting highlights of the face here, and shadows under the eye, but I would just block them out. But I did kind of experiment with, not with texture, what was I going to say? I experimented with layering by using different colors and doing repetition of cross-hatching with different colors. So there wasn't really an end goal with this. I was just trying stuff out. Next page, it's very similar to the first one, except I didn't like the flat background. I wanted to kind of complete the image, so it's not that different. I experimented with more color in this one. But yeah, as you can see, the portrait itself was pretty much based on the same as the previous one. But yeah, I think just in this one with the background here, I added three colors, so 3 layers. So I did a layer of one color equals 1 layer. So because I did 3, it would be 3 layers. But within the person itself, it would just be 2. Actually, some areas have 3. But yeah, basically experimenting with more color and layering and just filling in a background so it's not flat or as flat. Yeah, just trying stuff out. Just a pencil drawing. It was an exercise, I believe, I don't know if you guys can see because it's very, very light graphite. It was an exercise where we had to look at ourselves in the mirror, I believe. So yeah, so we had a handheld mirror taped to our board, and we had to draw ourselves, I think it was in 30 seconds. So yeah, it was just an exercise. Actually, comparing it to other sketches that I've done in the past, it's not that bad, I don't think. It's not that bad. Yeah, it kind of looks like me. But yeah, I think the quick ones, the quick exercises, are are the most fun because you have very little expectation as to what the image will look like, in my opinion. And for me, when it comes to portraits, I don't like doing portraits of myself. So not only was the time constraint a little, like, was freaking me out at first, but also just drawing myself. I don't like drawing myself because I will fixate on the details because I see them right in front of me. But anyways, yeah, this is just a quick exercise, and I think, you know, it was pretty successful. Oh, there's some pastel or some paint that got stuck here, so ignore this little brown spot. But basically we had a model come in to our class, and I was picked to sit behind her. She was facing like this way, and I think I was sitting like this. I'm trying to visualize it. So basically I had to sit kind of diagonally behind her, diagonally to the left. Yeah, that's a lot. It's easier to picture it. I can't really just, anyways. Yeah, I'm not so good with live models. I really try so hard. I mean, I haven't tried in years, but at the time, yeah, I just struggled. Because I want to get in on details. I love details, but I just fixate on them, and so that doesn't turn, I don't focus on the entirety of it as opposed to me just like, you know, getting in there. But anyways, this was, our challenge was to use one of those little picture camera viewfinder things, these little, I don't know where you can get them, but hopefully you know what I'm talking about, and select a part of the model and focus on that. And we had 10 minutes, and I was like, oh my god, I can't get all the details done in 10 minutes. Anyways, I digress. 10-minute cropped exercise. I grade myself needs improvement. Needs improvement. It's been years since I've done an exercise like this with a model, but you know, if there ever comes an opportunity to do something like that again in person, I totally take that up, because now I have a better understanding of how I visualize. Like, at the time, I was just trying to still find my style. Now that I found my style, I feel like I can accomplish an exercise like this much better, if that makes sense. Okay, next page. This is one of my favorites, and I think one of my most successful drawings that I did when I was at school. It is a salt shaker, and I'm very proud of it. As you can see, I'm beaming. I really wanted to focus on cross-hatching just because I love seeing the texture and the layer, and I really got into that. I think this was, yeah, this was about three-ish years ago. So all these exercises and experimenting was at this around the same time. My challenge was to create this sketch in about 5 to 10 minutes. Anyways, I think this was one of the most successful drawings because what I saw came to life, and it's also identifiable. Like, when I create a piece and it's based off of something like a physical subject matter or like an image that you have a reference of, for me, that's where I struggle the most, is if you have something to base it off of and you can compare it to, then it's game over. But like in this case, I feel like I really succeeded because it transferred. Like, what I saw transferred, and it looks like the image, and my mark making is exactly what I wanted it to look like. Even though I was just kind of trying it out, I was really happy with the outcome. So yeah, looks pretty good. The next one's one of my favorites because this is where I really started to understand highlighting and shadows and shading, and this is based off of a real image, and it's of a person, and you know, portraits I struggle the most, and that's where I wanted to get better. So this is, I also wanted to try erotic art at the time. I didn't get too into it, but I really wanted to I really wanted to try that, and I found a series of black and white erotic images online, so I thought, you know, just try it out. And so this is what it looked like. This is one of, I think, my most successful graphite drawings. Like, I don't know if you can tell, but like right here was like the ribs, and that's where like the light was bouncing off, and you can see the depth of the rib cage, and I think I got the shadow, I think I kind of got the shadows of the inner thigh here and around the back here, around the bum. Yeah, this is one of my favorites, and I think, I don't know, yeah, it's one of my favorite graphite drawings from school. So there's this one, and then this one was another one of my favorites, but this one is not as well done as the first one. So this one, again, was part of the erotic drawing series that I kind of started. This one was a struggle for me the most, not just because of the armpit area, but I think the shadows around the boobus around here. I think I struggled to differentiate between the highlights and the shadow of the boob, and then the areola, the little nip here. I think I kind of got that down though. Yeah, everything, I don't know, I like the first one more. Oh, and this one's really sweet. I went through a animal drawing phase where I wanted to just draw animals, particularly birds. So this one's it's a little penguin. It's a little baby penguin. It's cute. It's monochromatic. It's a little mumble. So I titled this piece A Rebirth and a Gift, and this was created at a time where I was going through some changes in my life, change of energy. Yeah, so basically I was going through a lot of changes, and this drawing was a representation of my change of energy, good and bad, as you can see with like the different colors. But yeah, this was one of my most successful drawings because now it's a piece and it's on display somewhere, which is really nice. Yeah, but I didn't want to make it a traditional painting. I wanted to split it into two. This one is a quick little erotic sketch of a couple. Yeah, I was just kind of dabbling into erotic art again. I don't know, I was just in the mood, I guess. But yeah, this one was just a quick, I think it was like 10-minute sketch. Not much to say about that, just dabbling. This was based off of an image of the secretary bird, and again in oil pastel. I really like this one because the bird itself was super vibrant. The energy was vibrant. The bird itself was gray and white but had pops of color, which I love. The beak had blue, which was awesome because some of the feathers were, as you can see, red, orange, and yellow, and I thought the blue was very random but super neat. Yeah, I was really fascinated by this bird, and I just decided to draw it. But yeah, I think I translated pretty well. Yeah, I like this one. So this is a sketch of one of my pieces that was done oil pastel on paper, and it was called Stability, I believe, and I created this when the pandemic first started, like this whole series, and it was representing chairs. Yeah, not representing, it's based on chairs, and chairs represented, to me, stability of a person, but I broke the images down and the angles and highlighted different areas of the chair to show like how unstable something stable can appear. Basically it represented how, it still represents how I feel during the pandemic. So this is one of them. I had 6 pieces in that series. But I was just experimenting with color. This was like the first trial sketch. So yeah, this was not one of the final products, but this was just trying it out. So this one is of my cousin. Shout out to you, Keisha. This is my cousin. Yeah, this was, I think, I had a goal to do like as many portraits as I can, like 1 a week kind of thing. And then I guess I dropped it because I was busy. I don't know why. I guess I was busy. But this was like the final one, and I'm really proud of it. It doesn't really look like her, but it looks like a person. This next sketch became a painting of mine, which I'm really proud of. It's called The Home, the Heart, and the House Guest. Basically, it was and this was the first painting of this grief series. This series was created during the pandemic, and it was me not knowing how to express different kinds of loss, like losing people during the pandemic, physically or emotionally, or just us losing contact with our loved ones or our friends in general, just grieving our old lifestyle. And I didn't think it affected me as much as it did, and I didn't know how to express it in words, so I just kind of created this series. And I think when you see the picture of the final painting, it's one of my most successful series of work. So yeah, not much to say. This is just the beginning of it. This was the sketch that started this whole series. So yeah, I'm really proud of it because I didn't think I wanted to make it a series, but I liked the way this painting turned out, so I kept it going. So yeah, I'm really proud of it because it was a tricky subject matter and I didn't know how to talk about it. So yeah. Anyways, this was the third piece of the series. Yeah, I wanted to use 2 different kinds of pink and then have black, but not use so much of it. So yeah, it became a painting, and I really liked the outcome of it. Ooh, this one's a little saucy. This one is another erotic drawing of a lovely couple. Yeah, just in the mood, just trying out stuff. I like the way this one turned out. I think the image is pretty self-explanatory. Yeah, I really like the way this one turned out. It's very passionate, very passionate. Yeah, just sketching and doodling some feelings, I guess. Okay. And my sketchbook order's messed up now. Anyways, this piece here became a painting, and this is when I really started getting into loose canvas, which was like late last year. Yeah, late last year. And this piece is called Wasabi. And I started it was a monochromatic series I started. This is the second one of that series. But yeah, all green. You can't tell here. It's black, but there's like hints of like really, really deep forest green. So yeah, this is one of my more successful drawings / paintings, and again, inspired by architecture. But you can't, that's what I like about my work, is like when it's inspired by architecture, you can't really tell. But yeah, I'm really proud of this one. And that's it. This is the last page, which is nothing. It's open for something else. So yeah, that's the last page. So thank you for tuning into my sketchbook tour. I know it was a lot. It was a lot of me rambling, a lot of talking, a lot of details, but thank you for tuning in, and I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it gave you a sense of how my creative process is, or maybe hopefully it gave you ideas on how to challenge yourself as an artist, or if you're looking to get into art, how to view things differently. But yeah, if you like this, give me a thumbs up, give me a comment if you if you relate to how my creative crazy brain works, or if you have a different way of thinking or viewing for me to try, leave it in the comments below. And if you want to see a part 2 with a different sketchbook, leave me a comment. Share, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. And thank you for tuning in. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye!